I would like to share a word from the Haggada Habina Babrocha. This is a Haggada of Reb Baruch Sorotzkin, my wife's uncle. It's her father's brother. And he talks about the part of the Haggada which says, Vayisham legoy gadol otzum harov, that we came down to Mitzrayim. We're only 70 people. We came to Mitzrayim, and we ended up to be a great nation. We came out in a short time. Of course, the big miracle was six were born at a time of Israel Poro, but Vayishutsu Vayirbu Vayasmu B'Ma'od, as Rashi says, each one is merames to a different child was born. Each Loshen is merames to that. So the six were born at one time. Shisha V'Keres Echad. So that they grew in an amazingly quick time, and they became a great nation. Now there is a posuk that he wants to talk about in Parsha Shmos, which talks about the fact that that the nation grew so rapidly, and so such a great number came out miraculously in this time. It says in the posuk talking about the Shifra and Pua, Miriam Yocheved, that how Paro told them, they're supposed to throw the firstborn, the babies, the boys, and throw them into the sea, all the boys, and throw them into the sea. And of course, they didn't do that. But it says there are two psukim there in Parsha Shmos that you have to understand what it means in the psukim. It says, Vayetev Lakim Lamiyaldos, that Hashem was good to these miyaldos, these women who were taking care of the babies. Also today, all the women who are taking care of the ones who are giving babies today are miraculous people because of the coronavirus is happening all over the world. So all the people who are dealing in health, whether the doctors, nurses, and the ones who are helping deliver the babies, they're also doing miraculous things. So this is also was the lesson the Torah that Hashem pays him good back for these good deeds. And Hashem repays them. He repaid the miyaldos, and then it says and the nation became multiplied. There's many of them became very strong. And it says that behold, that these girls they feared Hashem. They had Yerushalayim. They feared Hashem. Vayaslam botim, and because they feared Hashem, he made for them botim, and botim means Rashi says botikuna levia umalchus. Botikuna and levia, he says that came from Yocheved. That from Yocheved came her children came from Aaron Akayin, it came the Kohanim, Leviim, and it says from Miriam came Malchus. So that they were zocha, and for what they did, they were mezocha to Batikuna, Leviim, and Malchus. So if you read the Psukim, Vayetev Elokim Lamiyaldos, first pasuk says that Hashem repaid them for their wonderful actions. He did good for them, and then the next pasuk says Vayaslam Botim, that he did for them. He made for them, for their future generations, that they were zoichet. They have the kingdom come from them, and the kuna and Leviah come from them. So Rashi says, "Vayitev Elokim Lamiyaldos" in the pasuk Chav, the first pasuk. So Rashi just says a few words. Vayitev Elokim Lamiyaldos Ma'u Atova. What is this good thing? What good did he do for them? Ma'u Atova. And then Rashi doesn't really explain what was the tova. So I understand, or many people maybe explain that the tova was what it says in the next pasuk, Vayaslam Botim. So in other words, there's two psukim here in the Torah. The first one, you look in pasuk Perek Aleph, pasuk Chav. The other one is Perek Aleph, pasuk Chav Aleph. The verse said he was good to the Mialdos, and then the second pasuk says that he blessed them with these botim. So they explain what Rashi means, that what was the taiva? Well, what it says in the second pasuk, that he made for them botim. That there was if they're wonderful, Mesiras Nefesh, he made for them botim. But Reb Baruch Sorotzkin says that if you really look at the psukim, it doesn't seem to follow, because we read the first pasuk. It says it was good for the Me'aldos, and all of a sudden it sticks in that the nation became numerous. By Yeruba'am, they became numerous. By Yatzma, they became strong. And then the next pasuk only says that they feared Hashem, and he made them batim. So why the break in the middle? Why was it by Yeruba'am? Why does that have to say they became numerous and strong? That's not. They should have just said that it was good for them, and he gave them batim. Why stick in the middle that they became numerous? The Jewish people became numerous. So Reb Baruch says a word in the name of his father, Reb Zalman, my wife's grandfather, Reb Zalman Sorotzkin, to Nosnaim L'Torah, and Nosnaim L'Torah. I think he said it briefly, and I hear in the Haggada of Bina Babrocha, Reb Baruch explained his father's board a little bit more. He said that really he thinks that the Pshat of Eidu Alakim L'Mialdos, that Hashem was good to Mialdos, is the fact that so many people came out of it, that they were Moser Nefesh to save the babies. And because of that action that they were putting in their Mesiras Nefesh to save lives, so many lives came out of it. So much came out. I think maybe, perhaps also many times in Jewish history, when people were Moshe Nefesh in hard times, HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes it that many things come out. After the Holocaust, there were so many people killed, and then in the next generation, we see many people come out, and the people of the Holocaust, many of them that came out lived very long lives. I heard recently that many people, the Holocaust survivors, Baruch Hashem, still alive in their 90s. And they have many children and grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So many times that happens if some were Moshe Nefesh in the difficult situations. So the biggest bracha was that that exactly what they were trying to do was save lives, and that brought out that there are more lives. True, the other bracha is also Yasnam Botim, that's a second bracha. So it's two brachas. And based on this, Reb Baruch wants to say he understands also another place in the Torah. It's a very difficult. I know that Reb Chaim Shmulevitz discusses this inyan also, which says by Sora, that says that by Sora, and the Torah it's written that all her life was good. Then when it talks about the years of her life, the Mea Esim Sheva Shanim, and then it repeats a couple of times Shanim says Kulan Shavim L'Toiva. That's what Rashi says. Rashi from Chazal. That all of the days of her life, all the years of her life, so all these years were all good. But he says, and the question was asked, and unfortunately asked it, Chaim talks about it in Shmuzin. He said, what do you mean all of them are good? It seems like she had a very hard life. That, she suffered, she was in Akora, she didn't have children for many years, and then she had the problems that were taken in, she was taken in personally by Paro and Abimelech, and she was, and went into years that there were left that leave Eretz Yisrael and famine. And she had problems with Hagar, Yishmael. Well, I mean, Kulo Shavim L'Taiva. So he explained, Reb Baruch explained, he thinks that if a person has a goal in life, which was Sora's goal, to makar of people, to bring them under Kanfei Shechina, to bring them close to Hashem, that was her goal. So Kulo Shavim L'Taiva, she never had a hefsek in that. No matter what, you can try to derail a person and take him off the path. But if you're doing and you're accomplishing what you want to do, that's Kulan Shavim L'Taiva. He thinks that's the idea also over here, that the Mialdos were given a command, throw the babies into the sea, and they didn't do that. They saved lives, and therefore many lives came out of it. Same thing that the Sarah, that she was in a situation where she was out there to Makara people, and she was successful in that. So no matter whatever she did, then I think there was all small stops on the train stations, but not really derailing her. That he thinks is an interpretation. That's what it means. Kulan Shavim L'Taiva.